Welcome to the theme park, guys. I'm Hunter. New dad Nick is here, and we're going to talk about being a dad with a baby in theme parks. All theme parks.
Being a dad with a baby.
Yeah. How do you be a dad with a baby in a theme park? Do you take them on Stardust Racers? We'll find out, and we're going to talk about that.
The theme park card.
Howdy, partner.
Did you miss saying that last week? I mean, you didn't.
I started to say it, and then I said, "Where's my partner?" I even I incorporated it into the episode description. Yeah. I also last week made my debut of my podcast studio showing my ears.
I saw that too.
Wasn't it weird?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to listen to you. I could just talk to myself.
You didn't get to listen to me. Is the way
yes, exactly. That's what I said.
Correct.
We're going to edit that in post. But yeah, welcome. This is the theme park, guys. I'm Hunter. That's Nick. Nick had a baby.
We had a baby. She is here. She has arrived. By the time you're listening to this, she's almost 2 weeks old, which is wild.
That's about time the paternity leave stops for the theme park guys. We give a generous 2 weeks, and then we need you back in office.
It was just a week.
Yeah. A generous week, and then back in office. Chop, chop.
No, I'm glad that I get to do this. I do have a cutoff time, though, because I got to go help feed baby. But yeah, no, I'm here. I'm tired, let me tell you.
Yep.
Definitely tired.
I called you as I was leaving work at 6 p.m., and you said, "Oh, you just woke me up." And I'm like, buddy, 6 p.m. I was working. You're sleeping.
That's the thing, though, when you have a newborn. It's like there's not... Like, someone was texting me last night around 10:30, and they had just gotten off a work call, and they were like, "Is it too late to call you?" And I was like, no. I was like, what even are hours? Like, your life is measured within 3-hour blocks or windows when you have
a newborn. Everything goes out the window. It's 3 hours for you? It was 2 hours for us.
It depends on her. So, like, sometimes she's 3, sometimes she's 2.5. It's not until she hits, like, her 2-week mark that after her 2-week doctor appointment, I guess technically, yeah, it'd be about 2 weeks, that they'll be like, okay, now you can let her, like, sleep. If she wakes up ready to eat, then obviously she's ready to eat, which she has been at times cluster feeding as well. So then it's like every hour, homegirl needs some food. But, you know, it's just, it comes with the territory of having a newborn for sure. It's not anything that I'm, like, surprised by. I definitely feel more equipped this time around than I did the first time. And I say the first time, obviously Zoe's our third child, but with Ethan, we didn't go through the newborn stage with him. He was 3 years old. And while there were certain things, like, he was not potty trained when he came to us and stuff like that. So there were still certain things that, like, we worked through with him, and he like didn't know. He didn't really have a suck reflex. He didn't know how to use a straw. Like, there were certain things that we definitely had to teach him that, like, a lot of, you know, typical 3-year-old children would maybe know. Yeah, so we worked through a lot of those things with Ethan, but with Zoe, I will say as well, the last time that I did this, I was 25 years old. Let me tell you something. Doing this at 34 compared to 25, world of a difference. Also doing this with 2 other children compared to
children?
Your first. Yeah, it's definitely a world of a difference.
First was easy. First 2 weeks, I watched the entire Band of Brothers, and just anytime I had baby sleeping on my chest, I was watching.
Well, and like, we've been able to watch
Avengers
a lot of stuff, but we have to be careful about what we watch now because we have 2 boys, and actually they've been dictating the television. They're also on a massive How to Train Your Dragon kick right now. Like, they are playing with dragons left and right. They're creating dragon dens with, like, pillows and stuffed animals all around the house. And there's 2 shows that are, one is Hiccup and the whole gang. It's like adventures that they go through together with Toothless and all of the dragons, and there's like several seasons of that they've been watching, and they're hooked on it. And then there's another spin-off show that is like the great maybe even great grandchild of Hiccup, and about him and him like discovering dragons. And it's one of the nightlights, so like Toothless's kids is the main dragon in that show. Anyways, it's actually
we had How to Train Your Dragon movie night this past week too. Yeah.
How did it go?
It was good. Bash, Maddie's friends came over who have 2 kids, and they are obsessed with How to Train Your Dragon. So they brought a box of their How to Train Your Dragon memorabilia, which was like everything off the shelf from Target. And there was a Toothless costume that was like a onesie with a hood that looks like Toothless, and Bash put that on, and it was definitely like 3 sizes too big, and he was running around pretending to be Toothless.
But he liked
But
the
yeah,
movie.
they had pizza night, set up like a little play mat in the living room, laid on the floor, and watched the movie. So he liked it.
Did you watch it?
I did.
All
We
the way
watched
through?
1, and then the next night he asked to watch it again, so we watched 2 the next night.
Did you watch both of them all the way through? Or did you fall asleep?
I did fall asleep at the end of 1. I dozed a little bit, but I got the picture. All right,
2 makes me cry.
Really? What part? Oh, when
Spoiler alert.
not Gerard.
Stoic.
Stoic.
Yeah.
Why are you being so stoic?
It's emotional.
Yeah.
He finally gets.
I thought his mom was bad.
with this father. Well, yeah, she's very mysterious at first.
I thought she was the what's the bloody fist. I was like, yeah, his mom's definitely bloody fist, and I'm just waiting for like the Hans from Frozen reveal, going like, ha. Never happened though.
It's good. It's so good. The movies are incredible, and the show is actually really, really good too. And it's really funny, and I feel more equipped to talk about even more things with the characters when I visit Isle of Berk the next time that I go. Like, I'm so ready to see Rough Nut and Tough Nut again, because I have so much more depth to those 2 characters. It's gonna be good. Can't wait.
Well, yeah, good thing I didn't talk to Rough Nut and Tough Nut when you were talking to them when we went to Epic, because I would have looked at them and said, who are you?
Yeah, which there are 2 characters that like
Do I know you?
they'll eat you alive. They'll sense your.
Oh, I'd love them to try, because I could have the comebacks. I got the banter.
They're fun. No, but I love it. And that's going to make you appreciate Isle of Berk next time you go even more.
Yeah, it already is. I'm already thinking back to it now.
Yeah.
So Isle of Berk is basically based at the very beginning of the second How to Train Your Dragon.
I think
Or is it after the second How to Train Your Dragon?
it's after the second. Yeah. But
Which I also
which
didn't
is-
realize that Hiccup was missing a foot. But I guess in the way that his costume is at Epic, they kind of have it, but it's kind of like, it looks like a prosthetic foot, I guess. But it's like a peg leg
Yeah.
for some of the movie.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Didn't know
But
that.
it's so interesting because I don't know that Isle of Berk necessarily falls within any specific time constraint, because there's also, you get to see the night lights, which suggests that Toothless has fallen in love with the Light Fury, which all happens in the 3rd movie. And
Oh.
so it's not, I don't think it's necessarily set to a specific timeline.
Does Toothless have the double spine at the meet and greet in
I don't
Berk?
remember.
Or is it a single spine? Because he gets the double spine after what's her
Right.
name gives him like a little scratch on the head or something.
Yeah, I think maybe 2. It also, someone asked me today. We had a family come over. They brought us lunch today, and their kiddos were playing, and we were showing them. They are also hooked on How to Train Your Dragon right now. So they were all like watching the show, and I showed them videos of Toothless, and the little girl asked, "Does his teeth retract?" And I was like, "No, but that would have been epic. They should have somehow added that technology to Toothless to make his teeth be able to come." But I did recently see a video.
Toothless has teeth, which is kind of the point, right?
No, but Toothless at the beginning doesn't. Like
Oh.
it's just his gums, and then he can make his teeth come out in the movie.
I missed that part. Wait, what?
Yeah,
Like, but then once they're out permanently.
I think he can make them go back. I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
but Toothless. I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm not going to be able to. Do
You
that.
want him to have retractable teeth in his meat?
No, I saw a video of him getting angry at a guest. He like legitimately can get angry, and it's because if a
like
guest
when his eyes change.
if a guest is wearing something that is like triggering to him. So this guest was wearing stripes, and apparently that reminded him of an eel, and he not a big fan of eels, which is canon to the show.
Well, now everybody's gonna start. It's gonna be like Andy's here, or Andy's coming, and they're gonna stop. He's gonna be like, "Oh, he got over his fear of stripes now because it's gonna happen too much."
I don't know that everybody would come to tick off
I'm
Toothless.
I'm going to wear stripes if I go see
You
Toothless.
would not.
I will. Or I'm going to come dressed as Bloody Fist.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And I'm just going to walk up to him and go,
I would pay. I'd pay money to see you dressed like that at Epic Universe. You would never do it.
could you imagine? Oh, they would. Rough Nut and Tough Nut would light me up, probably. I could do it.
It'll
I
be
think I
interesting
might.
to see if that starts to happen. But no, our boys are hooked. That has been the show that we've been watching. But yeah, Zoe's here, and she arrived last Tuesday.
And you're getting plenty of sleep.
No. She arrived last Tuesday at 2:33 p.m.
Well, that's a nice time.
Yeah.
Could have been 2:33 a.m.
Well, it was a scheduled C-section, so definitely
Oh, true.
like
True that.
different. It did not come just like
3 minutes behind schedule. Come on,
at a
Doc.
random. Yeah, it was a little bit past schedule. I was sitting by myself waiting for quite some time, which was a little anxiety. Actually, the entire thing was anxiety-inducing for me leading up to it because we had a really rough. Francie had an emergency C-section with Luke, so it was a really rough experience, and so just like certain things were like triggering that like response for me walking into the situation. And so it was tough. It was definitely hard. It was hard walking because like when you have a C-section, they'll take mom to the back and then they'll send you to go get like your scrubs on, and then you just have to wait until they're like have her on the operating table and are like have started with her until they come and get you and then bring you back. So just like that waiting period was really tough. Your mind is just racing 100 miles per hour. And then walking into the room was also like anxiety inducing for me. But as soon as I made eye contact with Francie, it was such a world of a difference of like, and I'm going to do, it actually should have already gotten released, a whole vlog on like the birth story and stuff. But it,
Were you like wearing a GoPro in the hospital? Or?
No, we didn't record anything at the hospital intentionally, but
Good.
yeah, but just like locking eyes with Francie, walking into the operating room, comparing it to when Luke was born was such a world of a difference. Like she was so much more awake and coherent and just like responsive, which brought me a lot of peace. And then there were some triggers after Zoey was born because they were having a hard time with her not her oxygen, but her breathing, which is something that happened with Luke as well. So, there were some hard moments for sure, but as soon as Zoey was born, like I might get emotional talking about it, but the doctor was like, still a girl. And so, because Francie had been saying like, she's like, I just have this thought of like, what happens if they pull her out and it's a little boy and we've like full-fledged committed
Zoey the boy.
But yeah, I mean, as soon as she was born, Francie and I just wept because it has been such a process to get to this point, and it has been such a journey for us. I mean, 2 miscarriages, 8 years of infertility, to have that moment where they just, where they walked around the corner with her and just you could see her little self. It was really special. And then hearing her cry also just made me weep even more because not in like a bad way of like me being concerned, but like Luke didn't cry when he was born because he was in such rough shape, and so like being able to hear that cry also meant the world. And then there were just so many moments where she would just make eye contact with me and boom, game over. So not that she knew what she was looking at or could even see much, but yeah, it's been really special. It's been really moving. It's been a healing journey for us for sure. And I mean, there's still moments like Francie's still, struggling through some anxiety, and I feel that as well. Being exhausted doesn't necessarily help with anxiety ever either, but there's just like, that's just the way that life is right now. So, but it's been good. It's been really special. She's amazing. And it's just really exciting to think about like what life will look like with her. Can't wait to take her to a theme park. Don't know when that's going to happen. We're talking about end of July doing something for the boy's birthday. Whether or not she actually goes into a park, TBD.
Great time to plan it right here, right now, on this week's topic.
We'll talk more about it, yeah, for sure. But but it's good. It's good. I also was not like rested going into her birth, so I was on the go for weeks with Epic Universe opening, going to Walt Disney World for the Cool Kids Summer kickoff. The last time that we talked, I legitimately was like super panicky during the last recording. Like I was super anxious during that entire recording because I was so exhausted, and I knew we were leading up to Zoe's arrival as well. So my mind was racing. And then went to Disneyland, had an incredible time doing all the stuff for Disneyland 70. I
got a key.
Got a key. Have the key next to me.
You pried open the pin deal with a paperclip?
No, I unlocked all the key spots, unlocked all of them, got my key. Ended up getting, there's different ones that you can get, and they match the icons that you like unlock. I ended up getting Space Mountain, which is what I was excited about. I wanted the partner statue, Space Mountain, or the castle. Got Space, but then my friend Melissa, she got Jungle Cruise, and she was so disappointed that she got Jungle Cruise. So I traded her and she was like hoping to get Space. So I traded her for Space Mountain for Jungle Cruise. And then I had Jungle Cruise, and I was like, what have I done? I was like,
what have I done? Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, so I walked around the park for a little while, seeing if I could make a trade. Ended up with the Mark Twain boat, which I thought is pretty cool. I feel like that's pretty iconic. Jungle Cruise also would have been cool because it's also an opening day attraction at Disneyland. So I feel like either of those are wins in my mind when you're celebrating 70 years of that park. But they're doing a great job with the celebrations over there. It's a lot of fun. New World of Color show. I don't think I liked this show as much as I liked World of Color 1. I will say that. It was good, and I love Inside Out, and they pretty much narrate the entire show. I don't know, it's just a little different, but Wondrous Journeys is back. That's my favorite fireworks show. I love it. And then Paint the Night Parade. Got to watch that for the first time ever. Incredible. It's so good. The soundtrack is amazing, and it made me that much more excited for having a nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom in about a month. So
yeah, there you go. I've been here in Texas.
I sent you some videos of Paint the Night Parade. Did you ever show back?
You did.
Wow.
No. He was probably asleep, and then I went to work the next day, and then I came back.
No, it was the weekend.
It was buried. Oh, I was golfing. Played in a golf tournament. I played in a father-son golf tournament, and I
send
won.
A picture of a sweatshirt that I saw in TikTok shop to your wife saying, you need this.
Oh, yeah?
It's a sweatshirt that just says, he's golfing.
Yep, she does. She does. If anybody cares, my update is I have played two 18-hole rounds and one 9-hole round. I shot 80, 80, then a 38 on the front of my 9-hole round, and I'm usually a 12 handicap, so things are really turning around for me.
12 handicap, what does that mean?
That means every round I play, I should shoot 12 over par. So if it's a par 72, I should shoot an 84. But on my course, it's 5 strokes harder than that. So it's really I have 17 strokes on my home course. So if I shoot 70, if the par is 72, I should shoot 89. But I've been shooting in the 80s. So I'm not playing 9 strokes better than my handicap right now. And I'm trying to keep the magic.
It's like he's trying to speak to me. I just know it.
Somebody out there understands what I'm saying. And if you do,
yeah.
Comment below what your handicap is. I'm interested if anybody.
Is a handicap pertinent to specifically you?
Yeah. You can look me up on Gin.
I'm not going to do that.
And you can follow me and follow my rounds of golf. But you have to have one to play in tournaments because it's like official by the USGA.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's just, what I do. Just dad life. Just dad life on the weekend.
Go to golf camp. I went to golf camp when I was younger.
Yeah. But anyways, that ends the golf segment of this podcast episode, and probably will never again because someone will say, "Why are you talking about golf?" And I'll say, "I like golf."
You're passionate about it. You're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. I'll do a what's in the bag if this video gets 1,000 thumbs up.
What's in the bag? Like what's in your golf bag?
Yes.
What?
You're like
golf balls.
You're like asking the questions if like I'm asking the questions as if I'm a 5-year-old. I don't understand. Yes. What's in the bag? Yeah, I
I
tell
don't
you.
know golf terminology.
It's like show and tell. I show you what kind of driver, what kind of shaft I have, the weight and stiffness of the shaft, what kind of
Sounds like
grips,
the most boring thing in the world.
my iron set. Yeah,
Speaking of golf, big weekend ahead of us. We haven't. By the time you're listening,
It will
to
be
this,
over.
will have happened. But yeah, Father's Day weekend has arrived. I'll start by saying I know, just like Mother's Day, this day can bring a lot of pain to a lot of people. So if that is affecting you in any sort of negative way, just know that our hearts go out to you. But we are dads, so we appreciate Father's Day for sure.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this episode and you just realized it's Father's Day and you messed up, you better make that right now.
You know what I was
because
thinking?
it's Monday. What are you doing with your life?
It's not fair that Mother's Day, although I mean, moms absolutely should have all of the celebrations, but it's not fair that Mother's Day happens during the school year, so they get like Mother's Day tea. We don't
Doesn't
get
it happen on a... Oh, you want Father's Day during the school year?
Yeah.
No, Father's Day is in the summer because we go do cool things.
Like
Take them
golf.
fishing and golfing.
It's too hot for anything in Florida. We don't go outside, right?
Oh, I bought my first pair of sun sleeves also
What is
because I got sunburnt. They're like those arm sleeves that are like SPF 50 that go from like your upper arm down, and you can wear them like under your golf polo, so it looks like you're wearing a long sleeve shirt, but really you don't have to wear two shirts. It's pretty cool. They keep my arms nice and chilly and protect me from the UV
How
rays.
much did those cost you?
They were pretty expensive.
How much?
I had at REI, I had reward dollars. I had $20 of reward dollars, so it only cost me $20.
They're $40 per one.
No, it's a pair.
$40.
They're high
for
quality.
arm sleeves.
Yeah, they're really high quality.
Why would you not just wear like a long sleeve, like dry fit shirt?
Because then I'm wearing two shirts and my core would get
Because
too
you
hot.
have to wear a polo.
Yes, you have to be in golf attire to be
It's
allowed on
another
a golf
reason
course.
why I'm like, count me out.
Oh dear, oh dear. But yeah, I've
I live
got
in
sun
theme park
sleeves.
t-shirts and gym shorts.
Yeah. We should make a theme park guys line of sun sleeves. I feel like that's a good, if you want to wear like your Epic Universe t-shirt, you need sleeves or you're going to get burned.
No, you just get tan.
No. At some age, start getting scared.
I think that depends on your like.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
I've hit 30,
That's
so
why you should
midlife
use,
crisis
do you
time.
put on sunscreen?
No,
Well,
never
that's
do.
a problem.
Never have.
You should put sunscreen on before you put on arm sleeves.
But if you're playing golf and you put sunscreen on, then your hands get slimy and slippery, and you can't get a good grip
Wash
on the
your
club.
hands.
At the spigot on the golf course? I mean, I don't.
Like,
Where
put
would
it
I
on
do that?
your face and your neck before you go out there, and then wash your hands.
But then it wears off. Sun sleeves never wear off. They're there forever.
Sure, but how are you protecting your face and your neck?
Well, I wear a hat and then I pop the collar on my
No, you don't.
polo.
You
I
don't.
did.
Oh my god, dork!
On that day when it was a UV index of over like 10 plus. If
All
there
the more
even is a
reason to
thing.
have added protection with sunscreen.
It was terrible. I'm gonna start wearing my bucket hat, popping my collar, wearing my sun sleeves, and maybe just putting a little bit of sunscreen on my nose, but not rubbing it in, so it just gives me like that
like
lifeguard
a
look.
lifeguard, yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't go.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. But anyways,
I feel like golf takes away
we gotta stop talking about golf, man.
so much time from your family.
Yeah, it does.
It's like an investment.
Except when you golf with your family.
Yeah,
Boom.
but you don't golf with your family.
Life hack. Sometimes I try.
When's the last time that you took the 3 members of your family onto the course with you?
Well, that
Has
would
Scotty
have
ever been onto the course?
Yeah, never.
So,
I've offered. Yeah,
interesting.
I take bash.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
When's the last time you took bash?
Probably last month.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean,
It feels like such an investment, like financially, time. I feel like even sometimes
Yep,
emotionally,
definitely is.
like the golf bros, they like get so into it, and when their game doesn't go their way, I speak of this too because my best friend in Kentucky, he also loves to play golf, and like he gets an attitude when it doesn't go his way.
Well, yeah, because especially if, like, you make good shots, you're supposed to.
But
You
why
think
would
that
you
can do that
subject
all the
yourself
time.
to that level of frustration? Like, why not?
It's golf is a game that mirrors life. The great sport we call life. And golf is but a summary of life from birth to death, all condensed into 4 hours. There are highs, there are lows. It sometimes spirals out of control and you end up, not where you wanted to. And that's
You end
just
up over your handicap.
you just have to deal with it,
Is an 80 good?
I think it's okay. Yeah,
Would you want lower than that? Is that your goal?
you do. You want as low as possible.
Yeah.
72 is par.
Oh,
So
and
you
in
want
all
72.
courses?
In most courses, it
They
ranges
design
from
every
70 to
course?
72, 73. Yeah, I mean, most courses are designed with the same number of par 3s, 4s, and 5s as like a standard
Yeah.
layout. But yeah,
I
some are
do know
different.
what par 5 and par 3 and par 4 means. So.
What do they mean?
That you have 5 strokes to get, like 5 hits to hit par. If it's
To get
par
the
5.
ball in the hole, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're at 0. But then if you go past
Mm-hmm.
that, you're adding points. And then if you get it before that,
Strokes,
you're subtracting.
yes. Strokes, yeah. Strokes.
Whatever.
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah, I have an understanding of the game. It just bores the heck out of me. What is the
Alright.
tournament that happens this weekend? There's always a golf tournament on Father's Day.
Well, our Father's Day tournament was
No,
the
I
week
don't mean
before
like
Father's
for
Day.
you personally. I mean like there's always like a national tournament
Oh,
that happens.
it's the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
It's one of the 4 majors.
Is it always happen on Father's Day weekend? That's how they schedule it.
I don't know. Maybe it does.
Yeah, I'm
I'd
telling
have to
you.
go back and look. Is Father's Day one of those where it's always on, I guess, like the second Sunday of the month?
Oh, probably. Yeah, so then they would just schedule it that way in
Maybe.
June. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that, like, growing up every year for Father's Day, that's what my dad had on TV, which is, like, ultimate. Golf is the ultimate napping sport to watch. Like, it is just, like,
Well,
prime.
It's between that and NASCAR,
Yeah, but NASCAR
which
to me
I
is
had both growing up.
a snooze fest. But
Oh, it's awesome. You're just sitting there and it's like a noise machine.
you just hurt people's ears.
When you have Michael Waltrip going, or is it Michael Waltrip? No,
Couldn't
Michael
tell you.
Wallace. What was his name? He's like, we're gonna turn it up.
Those could be
Boogity,
like,
boogity, boogity.
those are the two sports that I
Michael
could not
Waltrip.
be less interested in.
Those are the 2 sports I grew up on.
Yeah, well,
Being quite honest, yeah.
I grew up around golf because of my dad, but I just never. We went to golf camp, and my brother and I snuck away and went into the clubhouse, and we were excited about the dollar hot dogs that they had in the clubhouse.
Oh dear.
That's what we did. We just ate hot dogs the whole time. We're like, we don't want to hit these balls. We want to eat hot dogs.
Change your name to Joey Chestnut Foster.
Yeah, heck yeah, training. 4th of July is going to look so different this year for us. We have a tradition of every year being
Without Joey Chestnut?
well, no, just being at Disney.
Oh.
Right, we're at-
You said because Joey Chestnut's not doing the hot dog eating contest.
didn't he not do it last year too?
I
don't
think he didn't. I think
Yeah.
he didn't. Yeah.
That was the first year. But we are normally at Walt Disney World. That's our tradition. And this year, obviously, we're not going to Disney. Like Francie will still be.
You want to put Zoe through a 4th of July fireworks show at Walt Disney World?
Nope, not
Boom,
gonna do
boom,
that.
boom, boom. No.
But so it's gonna look weird. It's gonna look different this year. Francie can't swim,
Yeah.
so that's a bummer. Like that's something that we could do is go to the pool.
Yeah.
But
Can you have fireworks in your county, parish, township? What do they call them in Florida?
yeah, but I wish that we honestly I wish that we couldn't because we live in a neighborhood and I don't love that. I don't love that fireworks can just get shot off in the neighborhood because I feel like there's no control of like where they're landing. And also our dogs freak out with fireworks. And people are not responsible with them and will do it the night before, the night after, into the wee hours of the morning. And it's like it's fine for 4th of July, that's to be expected. But like when it's I don't know, it just gets to be a little too much that I'm like, can we stop with this, please? So
Yeah. I've been irresponsible with fireworks before.
I'm not shocked by that in the least bit.
Might have started a fire
Oh,
accidentally.
dear. That's terrifying. That's
Yeah,
really-
no, it can get serious. It was okay though. We put it out.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not surprised in the least bit.
You learn these things, you know? You
it's
learn
called
these
growing
things.
up.
I've had multiple, tough growing up. Wrecked my truck once because I was,
Because you're what?
thought I could power drift an on-ramp to a highway and ride it out, but no,
That's extremely irresponsible.
hit a light pole
I'm glad that you're alive.
and there was
also
nobody
that-
around.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was going just under the speed limit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was all acceleration.
I
It
have
was-
never been that type of person. I've always been so like, no.
Yeah. No, I've learned by mistakes.
That's good.
What's the biggest mistake you've made in your life?
I had a MySpace that my parents didn't know about when we weren't supposed to have a MySpace.
Oh,
Very
really?
rebellious. Yeah.
That's
They found it. My dad had a burner account and found me.
Wow.
It was not a good situation.
Yikers.
I was in a lot of
What
trouble.
was on your MySpace?
I mean, nothing bad. It was just a MySpace.
Some
But it
Fall Out
was
Boy, and he was like, "Son,
no.
you're
Just
not
the
allowed
fact,
to listen to Fall Out
the
Boy."
fact that I had one without them knowing was highly problematic.
That's
And
bad.
not just not them knowing.
Internet Wild West back in those days.
Well, without them, not even just not knowing, but without them, like with them being against me having MySpace. But that was also
They
during-
were outright that you cannot do it, and
Correct,
you
and I did
did
it
it
anyways.
and hid it from them.
yeah, terrible. But you know
Wow.
what?
Do you still do things like that today that I don't know about?
To my parents?
No, to me.
No. What have I?
I don't
what
know.
What would I not be allowed to do?
If it's there, it's never truly
I was,
gone.
I was like 15-year-old
I'm
Nick.
gonna keep an eye on you.
But they let me keep it, so that was cool.
Oh, wow! I would have just straight deleted that thing. Lose all progress.
No, they let me keep it. The thing is that it was during the era of social media and the internet where like our parents didn't understand it because it was brand new, and so in their minds, like, oh, you're basically putting our address out on the internet, and someone's gonna come kidnap you. Is like in
You
their
put your
brains.
parents' address on your
No,
MySpace
like
account?
that's what the equivalent of having a MySpace was. Like in their minds, like not understanding that there were some security measures there. Like, you know, they just heard what they heard about how dangerous it was. for
They were
kids.
crunchy.
No, not definitely not.
Is that not what crunchy
were
means?
Yeah, no, we were so not crunchy. We were shooting red dye left and right, and eating boxed and canned things. No,
Oh, okay.
we could
That's
not
good.
afford to be crunchy. That's for sure.
Okay.
Crunchy lifestyle is an expensive lifestyle. It's definitely a privileged lifestyle.
Yeah,
It is,
it is.
which is kind of ridiculous. Like I wish that wasn't the case.
Yep. Before long, you're, driving to milk pickups for raw milk and getting eggs from the chickens in the backyard.
God, yeah. Literally never. They're lucky. The boys are lucky if they get that organic milk at home. So-
See, the organic is the scam
Yeah,
though.
it's ridiculous.
You gotta drive to the farm
No,
to get your milk and veggies.
no,
You don't do that?
no.
Come on, man.
The produce stand for veggies sometimes.
You don't go to pick your own strawberries every week.
No, but there's a lot of strawberry farms around. So
I did
good.
see a strawberry farm on the way to Branson in Arkansas. I thought about stopping. It looked delicious, but
There's plenty of strawberry farms around us because we're near Plant City. But
have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Pick strawberries or like blackberries or oranges? I've
Just
picked oranges in
posted
Florida
that.
before.
I grew up surrounded by 80 acres of orange trees. We lived picking oranges. We
Cool.
had certain rows that we were allowed to pick from.
Yeah, yeah.
And we
To,
would
like,
go
get 'em all.
hide. We'd play hide and seek in the orange groves. It was fun.
And then you
Good
would take a
times.
break and just grab an orange and
No,
snack.
see, I would like suck the juice out of them, but I don't like oranges. I don't like the texture
Oh.
of an orange.
You did say that after I got my orange at Soren.
Did I?
Yeah, you didn't want it. You tried to give it to me.
Ugh. Yeah, I can't eat them. I cannot eat them. But I love. The
I
smell
love
of them.
I love taking like the little individual like little capsules of orange juiciness and just popping them like
Do
a
you like
tic
your orange
tac.
juice with pulp,
No, I hate pulp,
but
I'll eat an orange. I'll eat it as an orange, but I
You're
just
eating
don't
pulp.
like. Because here's the thing: when I drink orange juice with pulp, how do I know it's actually pulp and not just like something that's not supposed to be in there? That's what it feels like.
What would they
But when I
add?
eat an orange, I'm fine. I don't know. You get some of this processed orange
There
juice.
we go.
If it's not freshly squeezed at Sam's Club, which I went to today, I went to Sam's Club. They freshly squeeze their orange juice there.
Wow, look at
Yep.
Sam's Club.
Picked
go.
up a
I'd rather go
rotisserie
to
chicken for
Costco
dinner.
than Sam's Club.
That's what I was going to ask because I went to Sam's Club and I was going to talk about being dads and I was like, I went to Sam's Club today. And then I was going to get into a debate with you about Costco and Sam's Club. But I don't know
Costco's
if we have the
better.
time for that. It's not.
It is far better than Sam's Club. You want
I
to
don't
talk
know.
about being crunchy? They have so many more crunchy options at Costco than they do at Sam's Club.
Costco's missing a few things from Sam's Club that we really like. I can't remember what exactly they were, but they are missing some things.
I love Costco. We just don't have Costco close by. We only have
Also,
two.
Costco wouldn't let me use my credit card because they
Oh, it
only
used to be a
accepted
Visa.
Visa.
Yeah,
Like, what the heck is that?
and it's just that's like their vendor situation.
Yeah, that's lame. But
All right. Well, we've been going for 35 minutes and have not gotten into the content, which is fine. This is good catch up. We needed to catch up.
This is our normal time. Now it's time.
But
Get into the.
Well, you didn't talk about you at all, really.
We just did. I said I played golf, went to Sam's Club.
You
I've
ended.
just been in Texas.
You ended an era.
Oh, you want to talk about this? Okay.
Why not? It's a big deal.
You're gonna make me cry. No, I'm just kidding. Sure. Yeah. No, last episode.
It would have been cool if you would have cried about it.
I've cried this many times in my life. And if you're listening on a podcast episode, good luck.
Happy
Go to
we got
YouTube.
together for one of them.
Oh, shut up. We're not talking about that. I stubbed my toe, okay?
Still is the most random cry to me.
I broke my toe. Was that the trip? No, that wasn't the trip. I broke my toe. That was a long time ago. But yeah, no, happiest podcast, last episode. So, but now
what
I'm
an
here.
era. That's how we got to know each other. It's big. It's
It is,
important.
yeah. Yeah, you forget that I've been doing this longer than you have, so
I don't forget it because you talk about it
And,
on a regular
you know,
basis.
you still have that autographed set of headphones that you asked me to sign
I
back when we
burnt
met for the first time. You said, "Can you sign my AirPods, please?" And I
that.
said,
No.
"I sure can, kid."
I didn't
and I
like
signed them for you.
I didn't like fangirl over you. the
Signed them
first time
for you, and I said, "Don't sell these on eBay." And
I don't really fangirl over anybody. When I meet you, I'm just like, oh, I've met a lot of celebrities over the last couple weeks. Met Robert Irwin at
I
Disneyland.
saw that. I saw
Talked to him
that.
for a little while at the Grand Californian. Saw him in passing. Literally was walking into the lobby as he was walking out of the lobby, and I was just like, "That's Robert Irwin." In my mind, this is my brain, and I was like, "Robert, can I get a picture with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." Then we talked about Luke's passion for animals, and
Did you ask him what his favorite animal was?
no.
Why not?
That's later. We didn't get the chance to talk for that long. But then when we were later, I don't remember what we were going to do. I don't know. We were on our way. Oh, I was going into the lobby to meet up with the rest of the team, the rest of the group, and then we were all going to Disneyland. So then when we all were leaving, he walked past by us again, and we made eye contact, and he did the nod first. He went. And I
Did
was
the
like,
nod.
"Oh my gosh, we're
Oh.
best friends."
And then you're like, "Hey, man, we're going into the park. You want to
Yeah, you wanna
join?"
join?
And he's like,
I
"Oh,
don't have
yeah."
No, he's like, "I don't have a VIP tour guide with me. I'm not going."
Oh, darn.
But apparently, like, he was there with his mom and sister, and
Bindi.
Bindi and her husband were there, and their baby. I mean, that's cool. But yeah,
Nice. Yeah, so I know you had to say you've met so many celebrities to downplay meeting me, but I'll always remember
That's not
how,
why I said
how
that.
starstruck you were.
I wasn't
And
starstruck. I
waiting in
literally
the
walked right up to you
extended
and was like-
queue of
I was
Tower
like,
of Terror.
Have you figured out?
Yeah,
not
because
starstruck.
you've been listening. You were probably stalking me.
You pride yourself.
That's the weird thing, because like, I don't know. You always have the possibility of meeting someone who knows you better than
I
you
wasn't
may know
completely
yourself.
random at that point. Like Jarrett.
Yeah, you were
and I-
completely random.
No, Jarrett and I had connected and started talking about doing YouTube videos. I think we had already done YouTube videos.
You were part of the network.
I wasn't just like a fan walking up being like, oh my gosh, it's Hunter.
Oh, you'd be one of the 3 people in my life who've
Talk
done
to me,
that.
please.
Yep.
No, I mean, but yeah, I it's interesting. Like our friendship was more unexpected than.
Yeah.
I mean, we were friends for sure, but like the deep friendship that we have did not start until we went to Disneyland together. The first time we went to Disneyland.
Yes.
We were more so
Yeah.
just like.
Which you
co-host.
did you go as you went as a co-host, not as a fan?
I don't think I ever was officially made a co-host, even though I was full time.
Well, no.
It was like being a part of the Jedi Council, but not actually being a
You were-
master, but not a part of the council.
You are our Anakin Skywalker. yes.
Correct.
Except it didn't go the way of the Star Wars.
It also felt, well, yeah, no,
You didn't turn on us
didn't
and
turn,
destroy
no.
us.
no,
You didn't kill me. That'd
No.
be good. That'd be bad.
no. It's interesting. Yeah, I was a co-host for sure at that point. Like I was full time doing
Yeah,
episodes
Just
when we went
not
to Disney.
granted the rank.
Yeah, and was never like listed as a co-host.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that was all weird.
There was a lot of sorting
You
out.
guys had a weird way of doing things.
A lot of sorting out in that time.
Yeah. But no, yeah, we had like been acquaintances more on episodes, but then got to know each other even more. So I saw a moment. If I had never, it's interesting. Would this podcast still exist if in Disneyland there was a moment where everyone kind of like split up and did their own things, and you and I ended up being the only two people there, and were waiting around Radiator Springs, and then went and got in line together. But if I had chosen to just go back to the hotel, would the theme park guys ever exist?
The world may never know.
I also sat next to you when we played the Disney Channel games, but like the Happiest Podcast version on Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
Oh, you did? I don't remember these things.
Yeah, well, you also had been drinking that day, so.
No.
You always say that, but you were definitely feeling yourself.
Is that after I raced the monorail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good race. I won. Kind of.
Cool. Yeah, we played against each other.
And I beat you.
No.
Oh no, I couldn't figure out. That was okay. So that was a moment where when you're on Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and say you have like 3 cars in a row who know what they're doing, and we're all shooting at the same targets, it's impossible to tell which one's your laser.
Except it's not, because I still crushed you.
I think I probably scored under like 5,000
what
or
alcohol
something.
can do to you, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
that's not. I didn't know which laser was mine.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't. Everybody's shooting at the same one. I tried to deal. We put it on the ceiling, and you try to walk it down, but I couldn't figure it out.
You are a different person than that hunter, for sure.
There's not a different hunter. It's the same me.
You've grown up.
Sure. Yeah, now I'm 30. Now it just hurts. I'm wearing sun sleeves. Quit drinking.
I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep doing
Yeah.
it. Keep growing up.
Yeah.
Before you know it.
If I keep going, I'm going to be retiring soon. So I don't know if you want me to grow up that fast. There's not much
I
left.
don't think your wife would appreciate that.
Time's ticking.
Anyways,
We're going to turn into the retirement community, guys. Go live in the village in Florida and go, this week at the movie theater.
I feel like did I talk about Zoey enough? Is there anything else that I should have said? Any other questions?
No, I think you hit on it.
You didn't ask me. You never asked me for the specs.
The specs.
How much she weighed, how long she was. You're not the type of guy that asks these
I
types of questions.
couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Probably. I think she was a little girl, right? She was 6 pounds, 12 ounces.
On the money. I put that in my caption.
Maybe it was like one of those subliminal things.
I put it in my caption on my like personal Instagram stuff.
I don't look at that, so.
You liked it.
Oh, must have been in passing.
Actually, you did
6
like
pounds,
a
12 ounces, and
Yeah.
probably what, 24 inches long?
No.
Wait, that's too much.
She's not that long.
12? No, that's too short.
Oh my gosh.
18.
19 and a quarter.
Okay, 19, 24 inches long. She's tall enough to ride Barnstormer right off the bat.
What the heck?
But
Poor
she's
Francie.
she's a slinky.
Imagine
Boing.
Francie having to like carry that around. Or 12 inches? That's like a preemie.
Yeah, I went too much on each side of the spectrum there.
But no,
But I got the weight.
Which is so interesting. So Zoey was born at 37 weeks. They moved up Francie's delivery. And again, this will be in like the vlog. But they moved up her delivery because of some complications. But Luke was 6 pounds, 11 ounces, and he was born 4 days after his due date. So there's no telling how big Zoey would have been had she gone to 40 weeks. We'll never
Ain't
know.
no telling.
But anyways, all right, let's get into the episode.
So, topic for today. Going to the theme park with a baby.
Which is so interesting because, like, I haven't done that in a very long time.
Exactly. See, I have the experience here.
I mean,
I've done it twice.
I've
Wait,
done it twice as well.
no, we haven't taken Scotty.
Yeah,
yet.
you did.
So
in January.
We
You
did.
took her. Yep.
We did. Yes, yes, we sure did. Yeah, I held her after I ran the marathon or during the marathon.
Yep.
We did.
I held her at Animal Kingdom and then again at Magic Kingdom.
Go ahead and edit that out, Nick. Jeez, please. We did. I've done it twice, and with a 4-year-old, or actually, technically it was January, so technically he was still 3. Yeah. But you've had more experience also with kind of the 3-4-year-old range and everything as of late. So, we're talking specifically babies. Yeah. For all the dads out there on this Father's Day special. Should we start with the don'ts?
Sure.
Don't go on Expedition Everest.
I think the biggest thing, and this is all-encompassing, well, duh. All-encompassing.
All theme parks, not just Disney, too. I was in the Disney mindset for a second.
I think it's natural to go into the Disney mindset, which we didn't even talk about this. At some point, we're going to have to talk about your tier ranking situation, because
I thought I did good.
You did a great job. I was impressed. I thought you did a fantastic job with the episode.
Well, yeah, but my tiers were also factual.
False. So false.
Other than Islands of Adventure, what was the one you had the most
so much better
with?
But also
Islands of Adventure is not a great park.
Hollywood Studios and Dollywood being on the same level, no. Also, Dollywood could have and should have been higher. I've not even been there, but people say that it's amazing.
Well, if you would have listened.
Epic Universe, I did listen. I was listening to it before we started recording.
You would have heard that it was a long time ago that I went to Dollywood, and if I went more recently, it might be up there with Silver Dollar City.
I think it probably would.
I've heard that they're very comparable because they're sister parks, but yes.
You and I need to go to Dollywood together.
Listen. If you would have, paid attention, you would have heard that I said Dollywood.
I did. I listened to all of that.
I went as a child.
Correct. I heard
I need to go again.
Yes.
And I know you heard that 3 seconds ago because the internet just cut out and we had to edit this out. But no, I'm telling you again.
No. I listened to the episode. I listened to it. I know I told you originally that
it's probably
ahead, but I listened through.
Yeah, but Silver Dollar City, I would rather go to Silver Dollar City than Hollywood Studios. Sue me.
That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Also, Epic Universe should be an S tier attraction. Or an S tier.
It's not yet. Park. It hasn't proven itself.
You've only been one time, and you went during a preview.
Exactly. It hasn't proven itself. It's just like people ride Rise of the Resistance, and they're like, that's the best ride I've ever ridden in my life. Wait 5 years, and then let's talk.
It's amazing. It is absolutely incredible. I was thinking about it more and more, and they have tapped into such great storytelling with Epic Universe, because I was thinking about the announcement that... I know we said we were getting into the bulk of the episode, but here we are. The announcement that Disneyland just made, and we haven't done news in forever either, but whatever. Disneyland just made an announcement that at DCA, that's where the Avatar area of the park is going.
Inc.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. They're just slapping IP left and right.
As I said, Hollywood Studios, DCA, what's happening?
But you know who else has so much IP? Epic Universe. But theirs tells a story. Their IP makes sense.
I said this.
Which is why it's an S-tier park.
Well, no, it does good.
There's so many reasons
why. It's so early.
The food, the entertainment.
I said, add a portal, and we'll talk.
And they're adding 2 portals. I don't know if you've seen this, but...
Then it will be S-tier.
The front gate has, circles stemming from Celestial Park, right?
And there's 6 of them, probably.
Two new
circles were added.
Have shown up with nothing on them.
That weren't there before.
And they're in, they are located where the expansion pads are for Epic Universe.
Yeah, because they're probably making money and saying, all right, let's do this. Yeah. Just fine. Then it'll be an S tier. It's an incomplete park. It is an A tier park.
It's already an S tier. Anyways, you also need to see the nighttime show. It's so good. That entire park, every light in that park is taken over. It is truly mind-blowing.
You don't have to convince me. I know it's great. It's top A tier right now.
Anyways.
Almost an S tier.
Anyways, you can't make that judgment call on your one puny
It's not better than the holy trinity of Animal Kingdom, Disneyland, and Magic Kingdom.
I would go to Epic Universe over Animal Kingdom all day, every day.
I would not. I would choose Animal Kingdom because it is a masterpiece.
No, you wouldn't. If you were given a choice right now to go to either park, you would go to Epic Universe.
Animal Kingdom.
You would not.
Animal Kingdom is a perfect theme park. All right.
It's not perfect.
Well, Pandora. Now that they closed Dinoland, I am actually getting a little worried about Animal Kingdom. I'll throw that out there.
That's going to make the park better because Dinoland was struggling.
Dinoland was the best story land in all of Disney entertainment. The Dino Institute, Restaurantosaurus, Chester and Hester's sideshow, to stick one to the man of the Dino Institute and make fun of him. It was greatness. Masterpiece storytelling.
Anyways, All right, back to kids.
I'm being serious. That's not sarcastic.
I know how much strongly you feel about
It's
Dinoland.
literally, it's made to feel like they didn't think it through, but they thought it through so much.
Yeah, I like it. It's full of Easter eggs. I appreciate Dinoland.
But yeah,
it's gone now. Okay, well, what I was going to say, the biggest thing that you should not do when you go to a theme park with a baby is have high expectations for what that day is going to look like.
Or what you're going to do.
Correct. That's what I mean. Like, if you go in with this plan of, like, yeah, these are all the things we're going to do, don't do that. Because realistically, when you have a baby there's curveballs. You're going to have to adjust.
Diaper blowout. What are you going to do?
Yeah, like there's always going to be something that's changing. Your baby's going to get hot. They're going to get over it. You're going to have to go sit in the AC somewhere. You're going to have to go feed baby at the most random times. Like, it is not the optimal experience. You're not doing that for baby at that point, because obviously baby's not going to remember anything. And people are always like, why do you do this? Like, they don't remember it. The thing is that you remember it, and it's for you, and it's for the memories that you get to make. But you have to go into that situation with realistic expectations, which are, don't have any expectations. Like, just let the day be what it is and find the happiness in the fact that you're at, again, my brain goes to Disney, but so I wanted to say the most magical place on earth. But, like, at a place that you love with your kiddos, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, go without a plan, and then whatever you do, you get to do. Whatever you don't, you don't. Because the worst thing is if, you as a parent are the one getting upset because, I didn't get to do X, Y, Z, but the kid's just like,
let's make this Walt Disney World specific. Let's just hone in on that, because that's what we have the most experience with
well, babies. We can allude to it, but I'm if something else comes up, i.e. Sure. Peppa Pig, DFW, what represent?
Which I mean, like, we're going to take Zoey to all these places, and I look forward to that. But, like, what is the first park that Zoe's going to go to? I think Magic Kingdom.
Should be Animal Kingdom.
No.
But see, that's the thing.
That was Ethan's first park.
No, that's good.
No, I think it was Magic Kingdom.
See, you don't want to do that. You want to be able to have your child say, all the kids are talking at the playground. What was the first one you went to? What was the first? Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom. Oh, maybe a Disneyland. Magic Kingdom. And then you want Zoe to just be like, Animal Kingdom. And I'm going to be
or Epic Universe.
I'm going to be a veterinarian.
Veterinarian?
Veterinarian. I'm going to be a veterinarian.
Oh, it's Texas.
Well, yeah, it just comes out sometime.
Anyways, no, I think Epic Universe also could be pretty iconic.
Epic Universe is like the opposite of a first theme park.
Yeah, there's not much for her to do. But
good luck.
She's going this year for sure, because, like, it's the year that it's opened, and it opened weeks before she was born. Absolutely, like, that will be in the history books for her. Like, I was there as a newborn.
So are you going to do this? Are you going to take her to Epic Universe at least once a year for her entire life?
I mean, probably, realistically.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as, like, I'm still doing the theme park thing, probably.
So she will have been in Epic Universe every year it has ever been opened. And then the goal would be 80 years from now, they'll do like a news story on her, and you'll be like, I've been here every year because my pappy brought me here.
I don't want her to call me pappy. My dad.
You're going to be pappy. What's your grandparent name going to be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'd like Abuelo. I would like Abuelo. Yeah, you
Nikki.
get to choose. What?
Nikki. Is that a grandparent?
That's what my grandma calls me.
Nikki.
Nikki.
Just doing grandparent impressions. What did you say you were going to be? Abuelo?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Hispanic grandfather. I'm down for that.
Okay. I like it.
That's what I call my mom's parents, Abuelo and Abuela. And then my dad's parents are grandma and grandpa.
I was thinking of Coco. Don't the uncles, like, they have some funny names?
Teal?
I forgot.
Something?
Not Tio. I know that's just uncle. But
no, but they usually, like, say, like, Tio, and then they say their first name.
Yes.
Like,
so
you'll
be
like Uncle Hunter.
Abuelo Nicholas?
Tio Hunter.
Tio Hunter. Hey.
Should I make my kids call you that?
Yeah, you should. You should. I'd be honored.
Tio Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they would do that.
All right. Good deal. Lock it in.
Anyways, so babies, attractions. Let's talk about attractions at Walt Disney World for a baby.
At Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I think we lock in on at Walt Disney World. I
Spinner.
think,
Let's just for all parks before Walt Disney World, spinner attractions are your friend.
yeah,
You're gonna be going on a lot of them.
probably her first attraction will be Dumbo, iconic, classic.
First attraction, Dumbo. Well, no
What
height
was-
limit on Dumbo.
What was Scotty and Bash's first attractions? You don't remember?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh my gosh. Terrible.
No, I don't know.
Luke's was Dumbo, and Ethan's was Dumbo.
Bash's.
Well, you didn't even remember that Scotty went to the park in January.
No,
so-
I know she went to the park. Bash's might have.
I know Scotty rode Pirates, but I'm sure she rode something before that.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'll have to talk to Maddie about it.
Tragic.
All right, which brings us to our next thing, which may help remembering these things, but on the flip side, we both have a separate approach to this. Respectfully. One approach, you may end up getting to remember what the first attraction was or first park, and the other approach, it'll fade with your memory. Do you document the first visit via video, photographs, all over the place, or do you just live in the moment?
You can live in the moment and document at the same time. That's the biggest thing that you and I have to do.
I'm a big phone is gone, and it's it's me and you, and we're here.
Yeah, but
Granted,
I can not be responding and talking to people on my phone, but also still be capturing the moment and living in the moment at the same time. I do
well,
it
that's true.
all the time.
But for example, especially even when we went to Silver Dollar City, I went in thinking it's oh yeah, I'll be able to be oh yeah, we're here with the fam. But then it just gets to a point where I was nah, I can't.
Can I be real
did
for
the
a
day
second?
before.
I think that's your excuse for not being able to multitask. I'm just going to live in the moment. No, it's
It
just
might
that
be.
you don't have
I might
the
just
ability.
not be able to do two things at
No,
once.
you don't.
What do you mean?
You don't have the ability to do two things at one time. So in your mind, you're yeah, I'm just being present. I'm vibing with my family. But realistically, it's
I'm
that,
just yeah, this is nice. I just don't have to do
no,
anything.
it's that if you get a text message while you're with your family, your brain is I don't know what to do. I don't know how to respond to this. And also talk to my family. Whereas I'm taking phone calls. What up? Hey, yeah, Luke, let's go do that together.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't do that.
Correct. So it's not that
I have short circuit moments where I'm walking around the house and I'll receive a text from you or something, and Maddie will be talking to me, and I'll just be
exactly.
What?
But don't make it this I am.
Nick's
great.
texting me. He's taking me away from you. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
exactly.
kidding.
No, that's ridiculous. But also don't make it this
This keeps falling.
this oh well, I don't pull my phone out when I'm with my family at the theme park, because that's not the case. It's just that that would stress you out
I
more.
don't. I mean, I try not to.
That's good. I mean, that's great. But
I do
I
can
do that and still be present with my family.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying you can and I can't.
Yeah.
So I
it's
choose
fine.
not to.
We know our own boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah. But
But I mean, I don't I'm not wanting to be on my phone the entire time that I'm
well, of course not.
for sure. I'm wanting to enjoy the
I'm
moment
also
with my family. But I do
paranoid if I look up and Bash decided he saw a pretzel 300 yards away and
Yeah.
he's gone.
well, you've got a runner. So-
Yeah. Oh, well, no. We're talking about babies. We're not talking about runners right now. All right, let's get back to babies. If
Right.
Zoe up and ran away from you first time in the theme park, that'd be a problem.
Here's
You'd be
another thing.
Very shocked. It'd be like a little gremlin. I'm out of here.
Yeah, what is happening? I am excited to have. Here's another baby thing. I am excited to be back in the era of having a stroller at the theme park. As much as they can be an inconvenience when you're trying to get from
a home base.
it's the best.
It's like the
thing.
mothership.
Stroller and wipes. I'm so excited to have wipes back in my life. I love it. So
Nothing
much.
was keeping you from having wipes.
It's just you don't have them when you have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. Almost will be that in a few weeks. You don't need wipes anymore, so you don't carry them around with you. What are you putting the wipes in?
Your over the shoulder bag that you keep everything.
I don't have room for that in my bag. I just am so thankful.
Yes,
that
you definitely do. You have a massive lug bag or something.
that bag is packed. But I'm just thankful.
I fit everything I have in a little 5x4 Fjallraven bag that doesn't even fit everything.
But you don't fit everything, including a wand, which you
It fits a pair of size.
apparently bumped around based on the vlog.
I
that we
did. They need collapsible wands.
Be careful with my wand. Anyways,
It's oversized.
we had smaller wands that you could have taken. You just chose to take the elder wand. You wanted
The
that.
Elder Wand. Excuse me. Sorry to disrespect the
It is.
Elder Wand.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it's called.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm thankful to have wipes. I'm thankful to have a stroller back in my life. Now, I've been the solo dad at the park, like by myself with the kids, and had the stroller, and it is not easy when kiddo falls asleep and you have to like pull and that's not really a baby thing though, because babies, but still, baby's hard. Like if you're by yourself at the park and you got to get baby out of the stroller and you're holding baby and then you got to break down the stroller, that gets complicated for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're trying to get like on a bus or
It's dad's job. Mama gets the baby.
but what I'm saying
leave
is
dad with
yes,
the stroller.
but then if you're by yourself, it's even more complicated.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen many strollers do a yard sale outside the monorail. They fold that thing up, and then everything in the bottom just dumps out, and you're just like, oh.
I've had people
Sucks
be
for
like,
you, buddy.
Here, let me carry that. I'm like, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just watch.
Correct. Yeah.
I should probably offer to carry help. Yeah, strollers are tough.
But I'm glad to have it back. Like just walking around the park, it's going to be a game changer.
Is it possible to use a Disney rental stroller with a newborn, or is it like not even possible at that point?
I don't know.
Do those things even work for a newborn?
I'm not sure. The other thing is that like we're obviously privileged and live close to the park, so like that's not anything that we would ever have to like worry about.
Yeah.
We just bring it with us.
Or you can rent a stroller, or
Yeah.
you know,
Too bad we
there's
don't have a
other
brand
options.
deal.
Company with no name, no free marketing here.
We'll work on that.
Or you can just buy like one of those umbrella strollers and just fully realize that thing is going to get trashed and it's a one-time use.
We
thing,
have an
but
umbrella stroller that we keep, but like that's
you
not.
got to
for
be careful
babies.
with those. You set the backpack on the handles
Yeah,
before you know it,
tips.
that stroller flips back.
Not a whole lot of balance there.
Nope.
But we don't like that's for older kids too. You know,
True.
baby, you've got your stroller, and let me tell you, we got a new car seat / stroller situation for Zoey, and we had a doctor's appointment the other day. The first time that I was trying to break that sucker down, I was like, "How the heck does this work? It's not like."
Is
how
it
they
the
used
car
to
seat
make them."
stroller?
Yeah, game changer.
Is it which one?
Duma? Is that what's called?
Yes, we have that Duna baby. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I still don't know how to collapse the wheels.
Oh, I've got it locked now.
Maddie came up and she like I was struggling with it and she gave me like the biggest eye roll that typically wives give to their husbands, and she looked me right in the eyes and then grabbed the thing and then slammed it. She was like, "You really got to slam it," and I was like, "I feel like I'm gonna break it." And she's like, "No, you
it's
just
scary.
gotta do it."
And you're also like worried about the child in there too, because you're like,
Well, I don't do it with the child in it. Do
Oh,
you?
Well, we had pulled her out and went to the doctor, and so she was already in it. And then I was
Yeah.
like, I probably.
I guess you can do it with the child in it. You just gotta be careful.
Well, yeah, but I was like, I probably should have practiced with this before I was like. This was the first time that I was ever breaking it down, and to get it to go back into the car, and I was just like standing in the parking lot of the doctor's office, and Francie didn't know either. Francie was like, I don't know how this works, so we were just like, look at us rookies over here. But
You know what the most frustrating thing is with the Duna stroller is if you take it out without the wheels, but then you realize you need to take the base out. You can't take the wheel base out without putting the actual seat back in and then taking it out altogether. But anyways, the Duna's sitting right there. So
I will say that the Duna is also like sort of short. I wish it was a little taller.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like a little micro stroller, not one you want to take into a theme park.
Correct. Yeah.
Its suspension is
for
lacking.
us, that will probably happen just because it's
Really?
like, I mean, for
I feel like-
convenience sake.
But I feel like you have to get one of the like
Yeah.
what
Nice
are they
stroller.
called? The Bob strollers or something, where it's like it has the suspension on it and it's just like a cloud for the baby. Because here's the thing, this is from experience. Duna stroller on Disney World Pass, especially like the Animal Kingdoms, that's a rough ride, and baby's gonna feel it.
Yeah. It's not like the stroller is not built for like long distance or anything
Yeah.
like that.
It's built for like
get out of the car, walk into the store, that
flat
kind of
concrete,
thing.
Walmart floors, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We talked strollers. I like it. We talked strollers.
Snacks always come with snacks.
What
for
about
sure.
for a baby?
Or bottles?
Yes, bottles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Depends on the age of the baby, but
Get you one of those like little handheld coolers if you got to bring formula or anything like that. Oh, portion your formula in empty bottles and then fill with water as needed.
Correct.
That was a hack that we did because Bash was formula fed. So we would have and you don't even have to refrigerate it at that point. You don't have to have ice. You just put the formula in, dry powder in each one, and then you're just like, I know I need to add 6 ounces of water. And then you add it, shake it, hand it to him, good to go.
That's how we used to do it with Luke too.
Yeah.
Also, utilize the baby care centers. Most theme parks have baby care centers. I know Disney and Universal do. The one at Epic Universe is so nice. It is very fresh, clean. They also have like nursing rooms, and a lot of the baby care centers have nursing rooms. So if you're just like wanting it to be more private, you could do that as well.
Shout out to the Universal kids rooms, like always having like a movie playing.
Yeah,
and
Disney usually has Disney cartoons playing.
Well, how about Battle at the Ministry playing full on Harry Potter? Like, my gosh,
that was the family, the child swap area.
Yeah. I mean,
but they weren't showing like
it was Harry Potter. There's like death.
No, they're not showing. No, they're showing like Umbridge scenes where like havoc is being had at Hogwarts, where it's like fun scenes. It's like,
was it? Do you know it's curated scenes, or
I've watched it? Yeah.
Oh, it's not just the full movie.
No. It's only like Umbridge scenes, and it's very like light-hearted Umbridge scenes.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I wonder what they show in the child swap room for Monsters Unchained. Just that cue video of the found footage monsters attacking.
I don't think that I ever went into the child swap room.
Is there one? I didn't even know. We should have done that.
Probably not.
We should have rated child swap rooms.
Well, I'll have to go back.
Theme park guys. Bam.
But I definitely utilize baby care centers for sure. Those are game changers.
Utilize child swap in general also.
Yeah.
Just, you ride, and then both of you can ride. If it's you two and a newborn, you can still go ride the craziest rides out there and just do some child swap.
It's going to be interesting to see what the ride experience looks like with us. Everything is changing now as a family of 5. Like when we book hotel rooms now, we have to have a 5th sleeper once Zoe's of age.
You have to?
Yeah, you because they have like legal limits in terms of like.
I feel like that's a lot of Disney resorts have that little.
Pull
down or
usually
something.
They're more expensive.
Really?
Yeah. So we're always gonna have to have a 5th sleeper now.
Have another, and then you'll have to have 2 bedrooms. Yeah. And you and Francie will be each chaperoning your own bedroom. Or you could get the connecting door and shut the door and have all the kids in the other one. That'd be fun too.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that.
Well, they have like the door lock that's high enough where they can't reach it on the other door.
How short do you think he is?
Well, Luke would be pretty resourceful. Yeah. You're going to have to keep an eye on Luke, with this new baby. He's
like,
gonna.
I have my moment.
He's gonna be able to be like, hey, I just all of a sudden am able to get away with a lot more stuff now.
Well, Luke has already gotten to the age and height where he can ride things by himself or ride in rows by himself, which is kind of sad. But that's something that we experienced a lot during Francie's pregnancy, that because she couldn't ride anything, so it would just be me and Ethan in the row. But Luke doesn't care. He thinks it's it's like a cool thing for him to be able to be like, oh yeah, I'm in my own row, like that kind of thing. So
you should send him to Monsters Unchained by himself.
We almost went.
Just stand at the front entrance and just be like, "This is something you need to do on your own, son."
Yeah,
that would be like a coming of age journey.
No, you would never do that.
I don't know. I'd be sad
if someone had done that to you, you would be so traumatized.
I would, but what a moment to have to try to work through
in therapy. Yeah, that's great. Anyways.
What is therapy?
You should figure that out. Have a whole list of things that you can talk about.
That's why I have you.
You actually have to listen to me.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're free, so that's good too.
Jerk. Anyways, babies.
Babies.
What are some other things for babies?
Take your baby on fire drill.
Speaking of babies, I just got a text that my baby is
it's about
pretty
time.
much ready to eat. Yeah.
All right. Take your baby on fire drill.
Do not take your baby on fire drill.
And do all the water attractions.
I think that the general consensus, I know that this has kind of been a little bit all over the place, but
the baby talk was secondary to us catching up.
Welcome to my life right now.
Yeah.
But no, truly, I think like those are the biggest, like from our experience, those are the biggest things, is to like go in with uh, prepared with everything that you need: bottles, diapers,
Yeah.
all the things. Trust that you can get those things if you need them at most theme parks. If you're going to, I don't know how the smaller parks go with baby. Haven't had a whole lot of experience
I would
with that.
say make sure you have those things for yourself.
Be prepared as much as possible. Yeah, I would say most parks in general will have resources available to you, though.
Yeah.
But
Check diapers frequently
yeah, yeah,
before you get in any line.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But then also, like, again, going back to just go in with the expectation that things are not going to go perfect or as planned, but just enjoy it as much as you can and watch them like soak in everything that a theme park can be. Like their little minds, I'll never forget watching Luke's face when we went to like Disney for the first time with him as a baby and just like thinking about like what is he taking in right now. Like his little mind is being expanded and exploding, and I think that's the coolest thing ever. Like I think that it's a really cool experience to watch happen, and you're watching them fall in love with a place that you're so passionate about as well.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, and I'll only say it here, and you'll never hear me say it again. But just closing thought, take the baby to some character meet and greets.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then never again after that. You don't have to do them.
No, I think
they're a
that's
waste of time unless you have a child.
I think that's important for the memories too. We have such cute videos of Luke meeting Mickey and Goofy for the first time, and he was so excited. The high fives that he was giving Mickey were incredible. And yeah, it's special.
Are there certain things, and I know you have to go, are there certain things that you will not do as a baby and will make sure you wait till a certain age just to do it when they're at a certain age when they can understand it? Like, is that like, I don't want him to meet Mickey Mouse until he's 2 and he's like, oh my gosh, that's Mickey Mouse? Or do you take him every trip and then they kind of get like used to it,
I think for Zoey, like we'll be taking her to meet Mickey as soon as possible.
Okay, okay, true.
But I'm sure that
is there anything that you're trying to like be like, I want to wait for this reveal? Like I'm waiting with Bash, and we're gonna watch one Star Wars movie a year. Starting this last year, we watched Star Wars Episode 4. We're gonna watch Episode 5 next year.
One thing with Luke that we haven't done is watched all of the Marvel movies. So I think we're going to go through all the Marvel movies with him and let him watch, because I think it'll be fun to watch him watch Endgame and
then you get to Endgame, but then you have to force him through the next 5 years after Endgame just so he can bear that disappointment.
Yeah. Although the last one was really good. So.
Anyways, babies, theme parks, they do mix. You can have fun with a baby at a theme park,
and it's okay to do that. People will tell you, oh, they're too young, or oh, why are you doing that? Live your life. Do what you want to do for your family, and if that means that you want to go make some memories for you and watching your baby like at one of these incredible places, then do it by all means.
They'll forget most of it, but you have the chance that they'll have that one thing that they'll be older and they'll just be like, I remember we did this or we did something.
And even if they don't, you have the memories of it. Like, I'm literally sitting, for those watching on YouTube, I'm sitting in front of a wall
of photos. And my wall with all the photos I've taken. All the photos are in my head.
Yeah, and they may not remember a lot of
I do have photos of my children, just throwing it out there. I don't like to take photos of my children.
Yeah.
But it's a bit.
But it's special, and it can be the catalyst for a lot of incredible core memories. So go for it.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Well, I gotta go feed the baby.
Speaking of babies, go feed your baby.
It's been real. Thank you guys. I'm happy to be back. We are fully back now. No specific.
That's a bold statement for someone with a 1-week-old baby.
No, we're good. So no specific planned vacations at this point for either of us. I mean, I know you have a trip coming up later in the summer, but we should be.
I'm just looking. Well, I mean, I'm first week of July. I'm going to Colorado, so
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then in October I'll be back in Florida.
Yeah.
And then sometime between now and October you'll be in Texas.
We'll see. I did look at flights. $200.
There you go.
Round
trip?
If I fly out early enough, I could. There's a flight that leaves. We can talk about more.
What are we talking about here? Are you coming to Texas?
I don't know. Maybe it was for the Miami SMU game. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll enable me to be here for Halloween with the fam, but then fly out at like 5 a.m. and get there in time for the game.
How long will you be here?
I don't know. I don't have any of this stuff specifically ironed out yet. So.
Okay. So we have to be able to get to Six Flags Over Texas, Six Flags Fiesta Texas, Schlitterbahn.
We're not going to do
Hurricane Harbor.
We're going to have to pick one.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
SeaWorld, San Antonio.
No.
Okay.
I'll just have to make multiple trips to Texas. But
All right.
I'm not going to be able to do any of these things because I'm about to get killed because
right.
I need to go feed the baby.
Go feed the baby.
Goodbye.
That's been the theme park, guys. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching on YouTube. Bye-bye.